Hello, this is Sarah Brash. Welcome back to my channel. So I just want to do a quick video about Justin Weinberg. So I want to talk about how Justin Weinberg has absolutely nothing to say to University of Chicago law and philosophy professor Brian Leiter. So Justin Weinberg is a philosophy professor, I believe, at the University of South Carolina, and he also runs a popular philosophy academia blog called Nous. And so what I want to say about Justin Weinberg, and I gave the backstory in the video I just did about Jonathan Ichikawa, but this, I'm just going to give it again really quick because I don't want this video to be long. I'll probably do another video about Justin Weinberg because there's a lot more to say. So anyway, Brian Leiter, University of Chicago law and philosophy professor, is amazing. And I adore him and respect him and admire him and love him dearly. He has saved my life over and over again. He's been the most amazing support to me during the almost 4-year hellish nightmare I've been living in since the perfectly obvious Living or Napping While Black hate crime hoax at Yale, as well as the subsequent global defamation and vilification campaign against me that almost got me, an innocent Yale grad student, killed and destroyed my lifelong human and civil rights, academic and legal careers. I'm still, almost 4 years later, trying to save my life and career, trying to keep myself off the streets, trying not to kill myself, because I'm still intermittently suicidal because I'm still under constant attack. Because Yale President Peter Salovey will not tell the simple, honest to God truth about what happened. So anyway, so Brian Leiter, as I mentioned in the other video, he developed this ranking of philosophy programs called the Philosophical Gourmet Report, which he developed in the 90s as a grad student, and it blew up and became extremely influential. And in no small part, he also became extremely influential and prominent because of this ranking that he put together. And now there's a group, like I mentioned in the other video, there's a group of ultra woke philosophy professors in the philosophy academic community that have hated Brian Leiter for a very long time. They have some delusional and obsessive personal vendetta against him. And I think, as I mentioned before, that a lot of this has to do with professional jealousy, and a lot of it has to do with Brian's influence because of the Philosophical Gourmet Report, which still exists. And I believe it was in 2014 that Brian Leiter, because he was getting attacked so incessantly over it by this group of ultra woke philosophy professors, that he actually relinquished control of it. So very recently, one of the persons to whom Brian Leiter had relinquished control, I believe, left or suggested that they were pushed out of the Philosophical Gourmet Report. I believe it's a woman. I believe her name is Berit Brogard, and that she was pushed out because, I don't understand exactly. I don't want to really get into it. That's not the point of this video. But anyway, this event incited this group of ultra woke philosophy professors to attack Brian Leiter again over the Philosophical Gourmet Report, even though he relinquished control of it and basically has had nothing to do with it for years. So anyway, one of the persons who's been attacking Brian Leiter is Justin Weinberg, that I mentioned, is a University of South Carolina philosophy professor, and he runs a popular philosophy academic blog called the Daily News. So what I want to say, the point of this video, and I don't want it to get too long, is that Justin Weinberg has absolutely nothing to say to Brian Leiter about anything. Justin Weinberg is a bigot and a charlatan and a fraud. Justin Weinberg was an avid participant in the witch hunt at Yale that almost got an innocent Yale grad student killed, me, and destroyed my lifelong human and civil rights, academic and legal careers. And what's even worse about Justin Weinberg is that he absolutely 100% knew I was innocent. And not just because the philosophy academic community is so insular and incestuous, but because Justin Weinberg knew me. He knew me, and there had been something that had occurred, which I've addressed a lot in my first year in the PhD program when I stood up for the federal civil rights of an evangelical Black man who was our only person of color job candidate for a tenure track assistant professor position in the philosophy department at Yale. And I won't get into that here in this, but someone leaked that, sort of mini scandal to Justin Weinberg, and he posted about it on his blog. And I know that Justin Weinberg always knew that I was the philosophy grad student at Yale who had stood up for that evangelical Black man, that job candidate. And so I know that Justin Weinberg knew I was innocent. He knew that the Living or Not Being While Black incident at Yale was a hate crime hoax, 100%. And he knew me, and he knew I was innocent. And Justin Weinberg still made a choice to participate in the witch hunt at Yale. And he chose to do this because he must have thought I was the perfect victim and that he could exploit me to make, to advance his own career, to further his own interests for his own personal gain, to make Black trauma moral outrage industry money off of turning me into a corpse. And he must have thought that, I was someone poor. I was a piece of poor white trash, interloper at Yale, so who could care if I died? And, I was a good victim because I have mental health disabilities. And so he exploited me for money and personal gain and to advance his career. And he didn't care if he got me killed. He didn't care if he destroyed my life, which he did, which he helped to do. So he posted about me in 2018 after the obvious hate crime hoax at Yale as part of the witch hunt against me. So I will probably make more videos about Justin Weinberg, but the point I just want to make in this video, and I'll wrap it up because I don't want it to get too long, is that Justin Weinberg has absolutely nothing to say to Brian Leiter. And either Justin Weinberg is evil or he's just so stupid and lacks the critical thinking skills to be able to not participate in a witch hunt against an innocent and destroy an innocent life. And if Justin Weinberg is that stupid, then, or that evil, because he did it exploiting me for his own personal gain, either way, or maybe it was a combo of both, he has no business being a philosophy professor. He should resign in abject shame. He should shutter his blog that he used to destroy my life. And so that's the point that I want to make. And I will probably make more videos. And I'm definitely going to make a video just about how the philosophy academic community is completely morally and intellectually bankrupt at this point. And what they did to me just exemplifies this exactly. So anyway, I love you all so much. I will have all my fundraising links below. Please support me. And please donate to my legal fund. Please help me move home to Minnesota to live with my sister because I'm still terrified I'm going to end up on the streets and that my abusive and deranged stalkers are going to find a way to destroy what's left of my life and get me fired and disbarred. So anyway, yeah, I love you all so much for your support. Thank you. I'll talk to you soon.